Okay, you guys, I'll just wait a second because today's that day. It's all backwards. Do you guys see this tree? Let me see if I can show it to you. That is, okay, so I know I've talked about this before in some of my, my lives. That's a fiddle fig. And normally with fiddle figs, you should split them, like just pinch the top and they will start to grow. Well, I never did it with this one. And so now it's so long. I think I got to go up to the top there and break off a piece or something because it might, I don't know. It's kind of skinny too. Look how skinny it is. Anyway, and there's my cool buffalo head. Have you guys seen this before? So that buffalo head I got when I went to Jackson Hole to visit a friend of mine a million years ago, and I thought it was so cool, and so I packed it up and took it with me, and no, I didn't. I actually had it sent. I found it at like a, not a flea market kind of thing, but like an antique store or something like that. I thought it was so cool. So anyway, that's up there with a little nod to Georgia O'Keeffe with my flowers. All right, everybody's getting on. Good. You guys will have to deal with my craziness today. So we may be backwards when I flip the screen. I will really try hard to figure out what the heck is happening with the new Facebook settings. But what I want to do today is show you guys a couple new watercolors and the difference of some of the watercolors on the different papers. So I think that would be kind of fun. And I want to show you guys my bouquets that have lasted so long. And I have a little poem to read to you guys. Okay, so first we'll start with the flowers. And if you guys know that I'm a flower crazy woman, and I think when I'm, hey Mom, happy Mother's Day early. I think when I'm a little old lady, I will be happiest in a white cottage on the beach, surrounded by English flowers and lots of birds chirping. So that's like my, that's my happy place. So I was so blessed, you guys, to get so many flowers. So I'm going to show you them. I'm going to show you them because it's been 2 weeks since my birthday. And I cannot believe how well these are doing. All right, so this one was from my friend Renee. And you guys probably know Renee Mueller. She's awesome. All right, can you see this? Let's see if I can. Because just the way the day's going, I'll probably knock this whole thing over. Okay, so this is from Farm Girl Flowers. And Farm Girl Flowers is a delivery. They deliver anywhere, and they're so crazy gorgeous. And if any of you guys have been with me since Christmas, I also got another bouquet at Christmas time, and they are incredible, and they come wrapped in this burlap. Isn't that cool? So I'm gonna try and do a couple little fun projects with this burlap. I think that was really cool. Okay, so that's one, and that's been 2 weeks. And this was from my girlfriend, Christy. And look how tiny these are. 2 weeks, still beautiful. I'm gonna tell you guys my tip on that one. Then these ones, okay, look. This is a funny story. These are from my husband who went for a bike ride on my birthday in the morning, and I don't have to bend over. Hold on. I'm just gonna raise this up. Okay, so he went for a bike ride and he was gone for a couple hours. I don't know where he was going. And then when I saw him coming up the driveway with these flowers, and he bought them at a little store in Santa Cruz in his backpack. So they have traveled in a backpack for a while. And I think, I'm not 100% sure what they are. Maybe they're freesias. I don't know. They don't really smell, but they are so pretty. And I've been trimming them down. They were really high. Okay, then look at these ones. This is from my girlfriend who lives near me, Jessica. Okay, she grows these in her garden. And this is a type of New Zealand flower, protea, I think. And they're amazing cut. Look at them, aren't they gorgeous? The bummer is I try to grow these. They're really expensive. The plants are really expensive. They're like $79 for a little gallon or 2-gallon plant. But they're really cool cut in a vase because they'll last forever. And she was so sweet. She brought them to me. Okay, and then I have another bouquet. Whoa, look. Okay, so this one, these are my roses that I put in. And so what I did was, this was all full of roses. It was a dozen roses from my friend Terry. And the roses eventually did its thing. And, you know, they don't last as long as other flowers. But, so I put mine in. But I wanted to show you all of this. This is from Susie's in Aptos. But all of these are part of the original bouquet. And the bouquet came with like they smell really good. It's like a lemon, I don't think it's a geranium. No, I'm saying that wrong. But the foliage was gorgeous. And that's what I really wanted to show you. And then, look at this. I'm probably gonna get pricked. Okay, I cut this morning. Okay, so this is a David Austin rose. I have a few of these roses. And this is exquisite, and it reminds me of a peony. I love, oh, I'm so sorry. Waft. So I'll be starting to film my new watercolor class next week, and I'm gonna be doing a study on flowers, and I decided for sure I wanna do a rose that looks like this. And this is the other one from this morning. I want to pull it out, I'll get pricked. Isn't that gorgeous back there? Okay, so those are bouquets that I'm sharing with you guys for all the moms out there. But here's my tip. And then I have this cute poem to read to you before we do a little demo. So the tip I have on the flowers is that, and I think Farm Girl put this in their notes when they send the flowers. So once I get the flowers, the very next day I start changing the water. So every day I change out the water and I snip them a 1/4 inch on a slant. And there's some people who talk about putting like aspirin in there. I'm not 100% if it is even aspirin, but they put something in the water. And then sometimes when you buy flowers, they come with a little packet of food. But I really believe that if you change your water and you cut just a little bit, and they'll start to get smaller, and you weed out the old ones, they don't have that yucky smell, and these will be around probably for another week. So that's 3 weeks. Vodka. Did somebody say vodka? Monica, yes. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up. I'm not 100% sure if I believe you, but I think I do. Okay, so this reminds me of a poem. I was out with my girlfriends the other day, and I said, there's this poem that I love. And so I was thinking about my bouquets, and I thought it'd be a perfect poem to read to you guys today. Not that you thought our little art demo was gonna be all about poems and flowers, but you know, it's true to my heart. Okay, it's a book. See, I know we're backwards here. It's a book, Why I Wake Early. It's by Mary Oliver, who I love, okay? And this is the poem. So sit down, grab your coffee or your wine. It's called Freshen the Flowers, She Said. Okay, so here it goes. It's not very long. It's only a little bit. Okay, but this is what I feel like when I'm doing my flowers every morning or cutting them. When you think like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep adding them. Here's what I do. So I put them in the sink, for the cool porcelain was tender, and I took out the tattered and cut each stem on a slant, trimmed the black and raggy leaves and set them all, roses, delphiniums, daisies, irises, lilies, and more whose names I don't know, in bright new water, gave them a bounce upward at the end to let them take their own choice of position, the wheels, the spurs, the little sheds of the buds. It took to do this perhaps 15 minutes. 15 minutes of music with nothing playing. Isn't that amazing? You guys, this poem is all about is perfect. The poem is all about finding the 5, 10, 15 minutes of just being present, just cutting the flowers or whatever you want to do, but doing that one thing. And the beauty of just seeing your flowers in a vase and kind of doing their own thing, just 15 minutes of peace and quiet, it is like music. So there's my poem for you today. And I love it. And Mary Oliver is pretty awesome. So, okay, without further ado, we're gonna get started on our demo. So I have 3 different sheets of paper. And the paper I wanna do for my demo is, I've got paper right out of a pad. I actually painted on the other side. It's hot press. I believe it's 140 pound. I have cold press, that's 140. And then I have my yummy Fabriano 140 cold, hot press too. I just wanted to show you guys the differences. And then I'm gonna be demoing some new watercolors. All right, hold on. We're gonna flip this around. And I think because I was backwards, because Facebook changed all my settings. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's the settings. They just showed up. Hold on, let me see if I do something. Let's hope I don't lose us. No, darn it, didn't do anything. Okay, I'm gonna flip us down. So hold on tight for the ride. Oh wait, shoot, hold on, I gotta flip us first. Let's just see what, okay, I'm good. Slowly but surely, after a year, we'll probably figure this out. There are the flowers, aren't they amazing? Okay, hold on. We're gonna turn it. Turn. Okay. Do you guys see that big shadow? Right there. Let me make sure it's not there. It is. Oh, I know why. Hold on. I'm gonna turn off this light. It might be a little darker. Oh, what? No. Okay, hold on. I have a feeling. Oh, I think we can fix this. All right, I think that's good. I mean, I know we're crooked, but I don't see that shadow. Back to art, that's right. I don't see that shadow on my computer. Oh, I kind of do. Do you guys see it? Let me know. No, I think we're good. All right, we're good. I'm going for it, guys. All right, so what I want to show you guys today is, let's see, do I have to go up a little bit? Maybe. All right, it's not bad, thanks. Okay, so we demoed last week these delicious, amazing, tropical, let's see, are they Prima? Oh my goodness. Okay, these are amazing. We used these in the Zoom class last week, and I absolutely love it. And I think I'm just that type of person where I love the tropicals, and I gravitate towards the tropical Neo 2s. I sort of like that look over really more primary colors. So anyway, this was a great little set, and it was $25, something like that, and it really worked. I really liked it. So I'm just going to put that aside for a second. So a couple weeks ago, before my birthday, I got so, I don't know what it is. Sometimes when you're really tired and you're like online and you're looking, all of a sudden product shows up, and this came through, and it's a company that I follow because I think they're just really beautiful. Their branding is beautiful. Everything they do is beautiful. So I bought myself my own little watercolor set, but I have to show you, and I'm gonna do a little story and probably a little blog on it, put it this way, because it wasn't just buying a watercolor set. Like, here's the difference. So yes, this is cheaper. I bought it on Amazon, came in a box, fine, and it's great product. But I also feel like I was buying a whole experience here. And I know it looks kind of messy right here, but I wanted to tell you this came wrapped so beautifully. And I'm going to use a lot of this for collage work. And this is a company called Wild Thorne. They make their own watercolors. They're actually from Santa Cruz, which I couldn't believe. I'm like, can't I just go pick it up? But no, they're not that type of, they're not an open retail shop. But here's what I love. It was wrapped beautifully and it came with this gorgeous handwritten note. Okay. And I was like, oh my gosh, it like has my name. It has a whole little thing. And I love signing everything with a little heart. And this was a little heart too. And I was thinking, that is just the extra touch that I love. And here I am telling you guys about it because I loved it. And here was the one I ordered was called Tree Alchemy, and they don't last long. Like as soon as I bought mine, I think it was off the site because they only make a small batch. Thank you for your support. So I have 2 little handmade notes. Then the set, which is down here, also had this handmade little tiny piece of watercolor and the flowers. And thank you, Andrea, another hand little note. I'm a sucker for this, you guys. I feel like I feel so special. This one is the batch. It's all batched and numbered, and it was packaged on this date, and really incredible. Okay, and it comes with some dried flowers. It was wrapped in this really pretty bow, and it came with this tea bag, which is hysterical. So I'm going to be using that tea bag. And then every one, oh, and then look, how beautiful is that with a little embossed leaf. So this will also go for collaging. Okay, here we go, ready? So it was wrapped in this wrapper, and then each watercolor pan was also wrapped separately. It's tiny, and it has its own little palette. So we'll do that today. But every one, oh, and this one was a free gift. So this one came wrapped like this, and it says a gift. And this is rouge, that's that color. And so this whole set and this little rouge all wrapped beautifully. And I thought I would just show you guys what the colors look like, because they weren't cheap, but look what the experience of it was. And you know, like you'll take care of these watercolors. I'll probably treat these a completely different way I treat these. Not to be knocking this at all. I'm just telling you, it was buying just a piece of, you know, something that was just so beautifully put together in a small business, and they're making them here in the mountains. So I'm going to push this aside, and we'll go through these colors. But I just think when you take that time and you give a little extra care and customer service, and I just think it was brilliant. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to demo these paints on the 3 different pieces of paper. And I have some King Art brushes here. And you guys have heard me talking about these brushes. I think they're awesome. I also use them for my acrylics. I don't have fancy watercolor brushes yet, maybe one day, but right now they're soft enough that they work both for my acrylics and for my watercolors. So I just kind of dip in and use that. And these are all just different sizes, and they're small. Probably go with, I do like the angle shader, but let's just go with this one. This one is Original Gold. I'm still getting used to the company. They are another amazing service, customer service. When I bought their first order, they also added another little gift. I love getting little gifts. This also was a handmade, not handmade, but a note. And it says, for every pallet sold, a donation will be sent to the Free Food Kitchen as a donation, which they didn't even advertise. I just love that they do that. They weren't like, buy me, I'm donating too. They just did that, and I thought that was really cool. So I have a bunch of different water. I'm going to use different brushes. And when I saw this on their site, like I got an email with it, and I just fell in love with these colors. So I'm going to do the colors on this little palette paper first, so we have them done. And I'm going to zoom us in a little closer. And this is like a nice hard stock. But look, they're all handwritten. Love. Okay, so hold on. We're going to zoom down. Going for a ride. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. All right, I'm going to go with the buff. This is called buff. I you know, think of like the beach, buff, and it's a light sand color. And I'm going to also do that on these 3 pieces of paper too, and then we'll look at the difference. So I'm dipping my brush right in the water. So this is the paper from the pad. This is the paper, Fabriano paper. I can tell a big difference between the pad and the Fabriano paper, the way it soaks in. I think you have to almost feel it yourself, like to know what I'm talking about, because I think it's hard to see. And then this is the cold press, because, you know, you guys have a lot of questions on the cold press, and I think they're both great. It depends what you like and how you want it to feel and look. So that is the buff. It says something else. Oh, maybe it says Tahoe. I don't think it actually says Tahoe. I'll have to go back and read about that. The other thing I love about these are that they're magnetic. Whoopsie, look, oh, there's our first whoopsie. See, how cool is that? So if you're traveling or you're, you know, you have your palettes and you're out at a landscape area, or you're somewhere else, then you don't have to worry about them spilling all over the place. All right, so next we're gonna go with this gorgeousness. Okay, this is called, okay, what do you think that says? Forest something. All right, I wanna make sure my brushes, I might switch brushes. Gonna just dip some in the water. And these will last, you don't need to probably ever refill these. They'll last so long. This pan is really thick. Okay. Forest Rose. Thank you, Leslie. Forest Rose. So this is on the watercolor pad. This is on the Fabriano. This is on the cold press. So you can already see with cold press that, I'm gonna put this up here. You can already see with the cold press that you get more texture. There's more going on. It's gonna soak into the teeth of the paper, and it just has a different sort of feel to it. And this one and this one are very similar. This is a whiter sheet. This has got a tiny bit of a cream to it. All right, so that is the Forest Rose. Thank you, beautiful. All right, and now we're gonna do this blue. I can read that. No, I can't. Okay, I'm waiting for you guys to tell me what that says. All right. Well, I don't even care what it says because it's gorgeousness. Look at that color. Woo! Sing to me, baby. That is a nice color. A lot of times too, when you're painting with watercolors, the color is different in the pans and they'll be darker. Isn't that gorgeous? Yes, I think you guys are right. Delium? I can't even pronounce it. You guys are all right. Such a pretty color. It reminds me of, I know you don't find these colors a lot at the beach, but it just reminds me of for some reason, very coastal colors right now for me. Okay, so that is that blue. Let me put these in here. Oh, maybe I had them this way. Whoopsie. Okay, that way. Alrighty, now let's go with this blue. This one is blue. This one is blue. Yes, you guys are counting. This is so pretty. I can't wait to do a painting with these. They're a more subtle color, I would say, than the Primas so far. That is pretty. So Wild Thorne makes handmade sets, and then they also make individual sets. And they make a set, it doesn't last very long, and then they'll, come out with a new one. And I know a lot of people really spoke highly of them, so I thought I'd treat myself for my birthday. So that's the blue, which is gorgeous. And unfortunately our lighting's not great, but it's like a, it looks a lot more turquoise than it does on the screen. Okay, this one is, ready guys? Vert. I know that's green. I can't tell you what that one is. I will look it up and find out. Should have done that in advance. Okay, so this is the green, which is a lot more turquoise than it is, also more turquoise than the other one. This one is gorgeous. Ooh, this is a pretty color. We could have a contest and find out who wins on what it says. That is pretty. So with the cold press, you're going to see definitely more of that bloom, the outside edges. You can already see this one in particular. Love it. Okay, the last one. Oh no, I've got two more because I have my little free one. I can read this one, Indigo. I can read that. Yes, I can. Okay. Uh-oh, I gotta plug in my, do I need to really plug that in? I guess I really don't. My laptop's about to go. My laptop needs to be on a battery all the time these days. Okay, Indigo. Don't worry, it's not my phone, it's my other one. But I don't need it. Okay, I'm just gonna hold that down. So this is ooh, it's like Payne's Gray. That is pretty. Okay, let me push this up. I'll be bringing these to see my mom, Donna and Sandra, so we can play with them. So this is a nice deep indigo. So indigo is like a deep, deep blue, grayish. It's gorgeous. I'm gonna hold that up. And then, isn't it fun to do these? Okay, this one, I got this one, you guys. Rouge, okay, thank you for my French background. My French I took in high school instead of Spanish, which I probably should have taken Spanish. I would do a lot better. So this is the rouge, and so it's more like an orangey red, beautiful. So for those of you guys who are just getting into watercolors and experimenting, it is so fun. They can take on literally their own, they're their own thing. You're just kind of like you're moving it around and then they're taking on their own little life. I just think it's so pretty. So this is the set on the cold press. This is the set on the watercolor pad. And then this is the Fabriano Deliciousness paper that I love. You know, they just take on their own thing with how much water you use. And I just love them so much. So that's really pretty. This one is gorgeous too. And you can see the difference. I'll show you the difference. And it all depends, on what what you want to do and accomplish. Hold on. So this is one that has probably more pigment. These are manufactured, and then this one is handmade. So you pay obviously more for handmade, and it all depends on really at the end of the day what you're painting and what kind of colors that you like. I would say they're just different, and I can't wait to play. I'm going to be taking both of these sets with me, and when I do my class, I will be working in these sets too, because it all depends on what your budget is. So I wanted to show you that little one because I thought it was so cute. Then I want to show you, let me move, let's get us all straight. Oops, okay, hold on. And then I want to show you real quick, because we've done it before, but a couple other watercolors too that are kind of fun. I'm straight enough. You know what I'll do? I'll just move these. There we go. I've showed you guys these before, but some of us are new, so they haven't, but there's a whole Dr. Martin's watercolor set that are more ink. They're more like inks, and I'm just going to pull one out. They're very bright with a lot of pigment, but they work the same way as watercolor. So this is a watercolor. It's Dr. Martin's, and let's just put a little one down there. But if you were doing a watercolor painting, you could use it the same way. See how beautiful that pigment is? It's close to this color. So what you would do is you would just put a couple little drops on a palette, and you could dip into your palette and paint the way you would do regular watercolors. So even though it's like an ink, like an acrylic ink, you can just put it onto your palette and paint. They're really, really bright. They're very heavy pigments. Brilliant, I would say. And they're really fun. I've had this set for probably 25 years, and I haven't really bought any more of the inks this way. I mean, the watercolors this way, because I think I actually prefer them in the pans or in little tubes. And then I wanted to show you the Peerless watercolors, which is another way to do watercolors. And these are little sets that you can buy on Amazon and little art stores. And what they are, they're pieces of paper that you actually cut out and that you can use. And then when you're done, you just throw the paper away. But these are great for traveling. So let's just do this one color. And then on my next week's live, let's see, what day is it today? Yeah, on my next week's live, I'm actually going to be talking all about packing up my art supplies for a trip, because I'm going back east to see my mom, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to take. And she bought me an amazing present. I want to show you guys next week too. So these are the Peerless, and they are very pigmented, and I love these. They're fun to travel with. They're really easy to use. I think the one thing that I don't love is that they, when they're done, they're done. I feel like they don't last as long as my pan set or my tubes. Once you're done, like you can see, like once you have used the pigment off the paper, then there's not going to be a lot of paper left. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. If I have anything, I have, here's one where I just cut it into strips, and then you just go in and you dip your brush right onto it. You don't have to do anything else. But what I did was, and I'm still trying to find it. I have no idea where it is, but I cut out a set of strips about this big, and then I taped them to one of my handmade journals, and then I would just dip in to that as I would go on my trip. You know what? I will look really hard so that I can show you guys next week. Look at that one. So much fun. So this is a whole nother way to do watercolors. Not really a way, but this is a whole nother product. There's many, many options out there. You don't need all of them. Okay, then this one I also travel with. There it is. Okay, so I have not opened this before. I mean, since my mom packed it up for me, the last time I went to Buffalo, I took these on a plane. Now, you guys, oh wow, she really sealed these up good. So I went on a plane, and the thing is, sometimes these can explode. All right, so I got these. My mom got them for me, I think. They're, wow, oh my gosh, it's sealed. It's sealed. I can't even open it. Hold on, I got to get some scissors. That is hysterical. Okay, so what this is are the Jane Davenport watercolor paint markers. No, they're not even markers. They're paint in brushes. Okay. Mom, you did a really good job sealing. I have to tell you guys a funny story about growing up. So when my mom first got her sealer, it was probably in 1975 or 80. Oh my God, this is so funny. So she had 5 kids in her family. She has 5 kids in her family. And she would seal everything, every little leftover you can imagine. And I remember she had made pancakes once, and it was, a few months, 2 years would go by, and you go in the freezer. That was huge. And there was like one little pancake all sealed up. She's like, oh, it's fine. It's sealed. Oh my gosh, Mom. She did. Okay, she knew that if this exploded on the plane, it would not be good. So I don't recommend traveling with these. I just recommend you use them and you keep them in your art supply box. Okay, but that is so funny. I didn't realize I would be doing this. I thought it was just like in a Ziploc bag. All right, so these I love. They're really pigmented. And I'm going to show you guys next week. Jane Davenport would be so annoyed with me right now, but I have because it's not a good... This is not a good demo for her, but I want you to know that these are amazing. And it was my fault that they exploded, not hers, okay? The colors are gorgeous. And these are watercolor. They're watercolors in here, and they're in this brush. So you can brush. Let's see what happens. Let's just give it a whirl. I think these are watercolors. I'm almost positive. I'm saying all this, and they could even be inks. Oh, look at this, you guys. Okay, now Jane's not going to be as mad at me because I'm just telling you how gorgeous this is. All right, so it's already got the brush on it, and they're her gorgeous colors. Is that... It makes me want to just go and play with them all day today. But I got stuff to do. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so this is on that watercolor pad. And this is it on the cold press. And then you can dip that brush right into some water if you want. And just use it as a brush. This might be one of my favorite colors ever. Turquoise. And then I love the magenta too. So anyway, I just wanted you to see how awesome they are. And that was my travel thing right there. But all of these colors too, you could have a painting and you want to go back into it with watercolors, what I love is that you can just keep painting with it. Where with acrylics, they would not work. They'd be dry. And look, oh, so beautiful. Okay. There's even more that I have, but I wanted to, I mean, not to be snotty, like I have so much. I'm just saying I have old watercolors, and I have lots of different old sets that I could demo, but I really like these different kinds. And the brushes again are just King Art brushes. I have a different brands different brands within King Art that I use. They're great for watercolors and acrylics. And then you can see the different types of sets. Some are handmade, some are regular. And I'm gonna turn this around so I can finish chatting with you guys. If I still, whoopsie, you know, I can't figure out their new settings. Oh, maybe I can. Okay, we're gonna go that way first. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Okay, one last peek at my flowers. Okay, let's see if this works. Ta-da! Ta-da! Okay, there's a couple more things. Oh, I should have showed you this the other direction, but that's okay. A few more things I wanted to chat with you guys about. So the next Zoom class for those that are interested is going to be abstract. And this one is all about mark making and layering. And it's really just about 2.5 hours of creative self-care. That's what I'm calling them, really. It's not about turning a piece into something that's absolutely beautiful. It's really about just layering. And we're gonna do, you know, a step-by-step on this, and we'll start with acrylics, and we're gonna play with acrylic inks, and we're going to play with stencils, paint pens, Neo 2s, watercolor pencils. I think that in this lesson, it doesn't even matter if you have any or some of these or none of these, or you can do your own supplies. It's really about taking one on top of another on top of another, and we're gonna have so much fun. So I did this one to show you this is what we'll be trying to do, and you guys can put it in your own color. You don't have to use blues and greens, you can do your own colors. The other thing that I recommend is that you get a hair dryer or a heat dryer and have it with the class, because once we put down the acrylic inks, that will be like our wettest layer. I want to make sure that's really dry before we keep working. So just make sure you grab a hair dryer, have one handy. And that class is on my website right now, and that will be May 23rd at 10 a.m. PT. And I'm getting a high-res version of the recording, fingers crossed. I found a button to press for that. And yeah, that's that on that class, right? I think so. Okay, what else? Let's see. Did I wish Sandra a happy birthday? I might not have yet. So Sandra, who is not here because she's with her grandkids, celebrated a big birthday. I don't want to tell you the number, but it's a big one. And happy birthday, Sandra, because I know you'll be watching this again live, recorded. And we love you, and I hope you had a great day, and I can't wait to see you. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, one other thing. In our group, in our Facebook group, I want to start a new thing that, and I think will be the first of every month. Yes. I haven't 100% decided, but I think it'll be the first of every month. I want to do a shout out day. And that way, if you guys have something you want to shout out, if maybe there's a product you sell, maybe there's somebody you want to share, maybe there's a blog post you write, whatever it is, I want you to be able to post it. And I'll set up the sort of guidelines around that. And I think it'll be the first of every month. And then you just post within the comments, so it's all together. So anyway, that should be really fun, and because I know you guys have other things that you might want to share and chat about and all that good stuff. So for all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day. I hope you have a fantastic day. I will be making my children go on a hike down to Big Sur. So this is what my one child said, and then I'll let you go. So Lukey said to me just yesterday, he said, let me see if I get this right. Because I said to them, hey guys, I just want you to know that I'm expecting you to do something with me on Mother's Day. And Lukey said, well, Mother's Day better not be on a weekend because I have golf plans. Anyway, not anymore. Okay, you guys, thanks for joining me. Mwah! Okay, so next week on Saturday, I'm going to go through travel stuff because people are going to start traveling again. I'm going to talk about things that I'm going to bring on my trip. I'm going to show you the most amazing gift my mom got me for traveling. I'm going to show you some journals that I'm going to take for traveling, and that should be really fun. So that is a week from today. In the meantime, keep sending your gorgeous work and post a poem too. I love poems. If you have a poem, post a poem. Do some beautiful art if you can, and have a fantastic day for all the mamas out there. And to my mom, I love you so much, and I'm sorry I can't be there, but I'm counting down the days to see you. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a great day.